Alright, it's a festival day today. There's places to go, people to see, things to do, fun to be had. Blech. So, I low-key want to start a weird segment for, you know, passing time in these videos a bit better. Let's give you some water. Weird debates. Unless there's anything specific you wanted to talk about, is there?
Not really.
Alright. So yeah. So, for example, would it be better if cats had feathers instead of fur? I mean, feathers can be just as soft as fur, and they are easier to clean up than fur is. But, I mean, I've heard of, like, fur balls and stuff. Could you imagine trying to deal with a feather ball?
I'm sorry, just the concept of a cat with feathers is
Morning.
weird.
Not, like, a flying cat and stuff, because... No, just a cat that just has feathers.
Why would something that can't fly have feathers?
I don't know. Why do chickens have feathers?
Touché.
Penguins, ostriches, emus. Do penguins have feathers? I thought that they had, like, a specialized thing that was like feathers.
Good question.
See? I'm full of good questions. Or at least I'm full of something, alright?
Well, how long are you going to avoid talking to Alicia for?
What are you talking about? We've already talked to her today.
You've walked past her like 5 times.
Yeah, this isn't the start of the day. We talked to her in the last episode multiple times.
Oh.
Yeah, let's talk to her again. Would you like me to try to see who I like right now? It's not fortune telling. So, you said Alicia instead of, like, Alicia? And I thought you were talking about an actual person because I knew someone named Alicia.
Oh.
I'm like, what? No, I haven't been avoiding her. We just went our separate ways. Yeah. I don't know if... It's like, I don't know if she was the person I'm thinking she was. I know that I knew someone named Alicia at some point. Alicia, at some point. And I think that she was the ex who, even when I told her that I would not be able to contact her all weekend long because I was at an event and wasn't going to be able to use my phone, she still sent me a whole bunch of texts. Nothing to worry about here. Just a little bit of food. She still sent me, like a bunch of texts about how much she missed me and wanted me to talk to her again. But, like, I told her that I wouldn't be able to for the whole weekend. That was the weekend that I tried to do LARP.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't very good.
LARP.
Yeah, I think I've ranted about it already in an episode, but... I mean, I could always complain about it again. One, it's a social thing, and I don't do well with social stuff. I only knew, like, 3 of the people who were involved. One of them I don't think I even got to see the whole weekend. And the other 2 were, you know, busy with their own groups of friends, so I could barely interact with them. couldn't even find them most of the time. So it's all, just friends dressing up in costumes and, like, pretending to be characters and whatever. So, since I'm not extroverted, it was hard for me to try to socialize with anyone. Especially since most of it was just people sitting and drinking like, they would do in a tavern in a, like, fantasy game.
Okay.
And I didn't, bring money to, like, buy drinks at the place. I just bought, like, water bottle and a thing to refill the water bottle. And it's like, so, I can't be, with the others eating and drinking. Also, I don't drink alcohol. I'm not even sure I don't know for sure if there was alcohol there or not. Memory's hazy on there. Maybe I did imbibe a little bit. Who knows? But also, they have these events, I think it's once a month. And usually the Halloween event is the most, like, dangerous one of the year. Like, that's the one where, PCs might actually, like, die and stuff. Most dangerous one of the year. Except the one I happened to be at was actually much, much more dangerous than any of the Halloween ones that they had.
Oh.
Me being a starting character, I can deal... Like, I'm basically, level 1 D&D character. I can deal 1 damage with my attack. 1 normal damage. Basically, everything we fought all weekend was immune to normal damage.
Fun.
So I couldn't hurt any of the enemies that we had to fight. Like, yep. Also, I had, like, 3 hit points. So I died, like, 6 or 7 times.
Damn.
Every time I die, I have to, like, go, like, wrap bandana around my forehead, let everyone know I'm out of character, go to one of the buildings, and go in and be all like, hey, I died, blah, blah. It's like, oh, well, this is within your first 3 games, so you can go back out there for free. We'll just note that for some reason, blah, blah, blah. It's just like... Yeah, and it's just that, over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting against enemies I cannot possibly hope to defeat. Like, my only actual role in combat, and I only figured this out because someone pointed it out, is when the enemy goes to attack. Because I had a staff. That's the only 2-handed weapon available to level 1 characters. I could jab my staff at their attack to stop their attack. Because their attacks don't count unless they make contact with the body. So I just boop. So attacking and LARPing, you can't make jabbing attacks at people to hit them. You have to make swinging attacks. And unless you have one particular certain weapon, you cannot attack the same part of a body more than once in a row.
Oh.
So suppose you have, like, a club. That'd be basically, a short stick with a bunch of foam around it. Because, safety weapons. You could swing at someone and hit them, like, in the hip. And say, like, 1 damage. Because you have to say the damage out loud. 1 damage. Then you have to attack them on, like, their other side of their body. So swing over and then hit them on the other side. Like, say, if you hit them on, like, their other hip, 1 damage. But then you can't go back to the first hip again. You have to, like, hit them in, like, the leg or the torso or something. 1 damage, 1 damage, 1... And swing your arm back and forth around. Me with the staff, I just could do... Bloop, 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 bloop. Because, hit them with opposite ends of the staff.
Yes.
Bloop. 1 damage, 1 damage... no, not 1 damage. 1 normal, 1 normal, 1 normal, 1 normal. So as fast as you could swing and say the amount of damage that your attack does, is as fast as you're allowed to attack.
I see.
Most of the enemies had quote-unquote claw weapons that were short sticks padded in foam, shorter than what a club would be. And they basically... And I remember one part where someone's, like, trying to keep a door closed But like the enemies, they have the door like partially open, and someone's like trying to get their claw through. It's like, aha, 3 no, and I just boop, just jab at their weapon, stop their attack. I don't call out an attack. I'm not attacking. I'm just hitting their weapon so they don't attack. So this woman, she reaches in to try to, attack with a claw weapon. I just bap it away, and she just like looks so confused. It's like, what? Yeah, maybe if I had, like... Hey, Cinnamon, stop! Maybe if I had, like, at least, like, a friend to, go in with, and we would stick together throughout the event, maybe it could be better, but it's like, I'm going in, and, like, people are talking about all the crazy stuff that happens, so I'm outside, like, looking for stuff, looking for, like, an event, because I hear it's like, oh, there's, a fight going on in the field over there, or something. It's like, oh, okay, so I go over to the field, there's nothing going on. I go back to the tavern, it's like, oh yeah, the Dark Elves just came in and warned us to, like, stay out of the forest. It's like, oh, well, shame I just missed that just happened. So I go over to the forest to see, like, what's going on there. There's nothing going on there. Come back to the tavern, it's like, oh yeah, some other stuff just came in. It's like, I don't know if the people are telling the truth, or if they're just like, yeah, stuff happened, you happened to missed it. What a shame.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case, to be honest.
Yeah, so... And of course, even, like, overnight, you still have to be, like, in character, so... They have, like, it's basically little sheds that just have, 4 bunk beds each? And so you have to bring your own sleeping bag, because the bunk beds are just, like, basic wooden slabs. If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you have to bring your own sleeping bag and arrange, like, who's going to sleep in whose cabin and all that. I managed to snag a cabin, and it was just me and, like, one other person. And that was it. I don't know. Apparently a lot of the other cabins were very full.
Huh.
And it's either the first night or the second night, it turned out that, like, there were monsters, like, I think it was the second night specifically, there were monsters that were apparently going from cabin to cabin trying to, track down people and stuff, and if they found people, they would just, like, kill them in their sleep in their LARP. Of course, I think that was the second night where I wound up passing out in the tavern. I found a comfortable seat, I was just in there chatting out with some people, and just wound up falling asleep there, basically getting dragged outside by people playing as monsters. Killed. And I just went back to the tavern like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna sleep here. So, I did technically get an event there against monsters I couldn't possibly hope to defeat. Also is, like, I think it was, like, spring, so it's still, like, really cold out. So I'm there at, like, 4 or 5 in the morning or something, shivering because I just went out from, like, the nice warm building into the freezing cold. So what do you think, Azura? Want to take part in LARP? First 3 sessions are free.
No thanks. But I'm more shocked at how those things can spit out eggs that are bigger than they are. Like
Yep.
they're almost bigger than you are.
Yep. That's because they like me so much. That's why they let out such big eggs.
I see.
Oh, so all of the weapons have to be specially made and inspected, and they have to be, like, covered with foam and stuff to make them, safe to use against people. That's logical, right? The armor has to be basically as authentic as possible.
Okay.
So if you want to use leather armor, you can't use pleather. You actually have to have leather. So, you know, pay to win.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And, like, I had some faux leather boots that I had been wearing because, you know, springtime, lots of mud and stuff on the ground. I really like these boots, but because they weren't real leather, they gave me 0 armor. If they were actual leather, they would have given me like 2 armor.
Jesus.
So it's like, huh, well, I could spend about $120 and, you know, deal with the whole moral contrary of buying and using leather, because, you know, veganism and all that, or not have this 2 armor, or, you know, get some chainmail for a couple $100. I don't think anyone there was using plate mail, but from what I had heard, it was a legitimate option that someone could just get plate mail to use as in-game armor. So, you know, that's a thing. I still love the staff that I made for the event, though. And the shield I made, even though that wound up coming undone and I had to ditch it partway through the weekend because the strap kind of broke off of it.
Fun.
And trying to use a broken shield alongside a 2-handed staff was really bad. Oh, by the way, officially speaking, you are not allowed to use a staff with one hand. If you use a staff with one hand, then any weapon contact with the staff counts as if they were attacking your body, and you have to take the damage.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Everyone gets experience based on, like, the number of events that they take part in. So if you want to level up your character, you have to keep going to events over and over and over and over and over again. Also, I don't know if it was the weekend that I had been in there, but I had heard that there was some racism going on in there as well.
Fun.
According to what I'd heard, it was unintentional, but it still happened. Because there are elves as characters, because, you know, fantasy LARP. And so, of course, since there are elves, there are also dark elves. And, honestly, and I didn't see it. I didn't know about this until I actually was at the event, so it's kind of too late to leave, because I had gone a ride there. What was I supposed to do? Just sit in the car all weekend? The people playing Dark Elves take makeup and take every, like, square inch of their body that, like, of their skin that's exposed and just paint it black. Oh. You know, to be a Dark Elf. So I was concerned about that. For obvious reasons. But it gets worse. There's a person who wanted to play just an elf. Not a dark elf, but an elf. And so they, you know, went into their first LARP and, you know, tried to talk to people, but everyone was all, like, rude and dismissive to them. Because they thought that he was playing a dark elf because the person was black.
Oh my god.
Yep, and because dark elves are supposed to be always evil, they're all like, oh, well, we're just going to be racist towards you because obviously you're a dark elf. And it's like, no, I'm just an elf. I just happen to be black. Oh, my bad then. I guess you should tell everyone that you're being that you're not, that you're being, you know, not a dark elf.
Let me just say, here's the thing. Most depictions of dark elves that I've seen It's more gray than black.
No, I didn't
Like,
take any pictures of the people playing the Dark Elves because I didn't have my phone on me for the weekend. But yeah, they just used makeup sponges. Now the people playing as cat folk, painting their skin to have like cat fur colors. That was nice. Oranges, whites. I just remember one particular person watching her put on her makeup with like a white line like down the middle of her face with like orange for the rest of it, kind of.
mhm.
With that little like, I think it was like little black spots. Like, paint her like arms orange and put like little black spots on them.
Neat.
Maybe and maybe didn't have whiskers. I'm not completely certain, but yeah. But there's like a rule like, hey, no hiding in the bathrooms just to try to, avoid RP. If you're going to go to the bathroom, you have to actually be having to go to the bathroom. Because apparently they had cases where people would just, go in groups of 5 or 6, all go to the bathroom. It's like, oh, we're out of character, we're walking to the bathroom, ha 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 ha. Oh, out of character, we're just, walking back to our cabin from the bathroom. Even though they left the tavern, so they're just using it as a free method to go from the tavern back to their cabin.
Uh-huh.
Morning.
But yeah, I was hesitant but potentially willing to take part in the LARP again, and then I heard the stuff about, the person trying to play an elf, and I decided, no, no, God, no, no.
Yeah, that's concerning and bad.
Yeah. There was a friend group that I was with at the time that got me like into the LARP because they go like every month, and at least one of them goes to like the other LARP that takes place also once a month, but in like I think it's Vancouver that the other one is in. And basically, all that person would ever talk about in casual conversation was LARPing and the stuff that happened in the LARP and what people said about things that happened in the LARP, because there was like an online like role play thing where you could continue playing as your characters and like role playing with other people who are in the LARP. And that was basically all she would ever talk about.
Yuck.
And it's like,
Good morning.
so it's like,
Good morning.
Yeah.
like, it would be nice to do a LARP again, but I've had some bad experiences with LARPs, so I don't really feel comfortable with going unless it's with people I actually know, and I don't really know people. Did I tell you about the time I tried to join in with a LARP and wound up talking to the police?
No.
Uh, I was at my local game store, playing some Commander, and some people were talking about a LARP that they do, like, on the weekends, whatever, in town, so I wouldn't have to, go out and stuff. Just a couple of hours running through the woods with make-believe weapons and stuff. It sounded like fun. They invited me to take along and mentioned a specific parking lot that they wanted me to meet them in. Yeah. Bring what gear that I have. I have a Nerf crossbow. toy crossbow. Told me to bring that and whatever, we'd go and into the woods, just have some fun. So, yeah, I went there. Went to the parking lot right next to the woods, right where they had said. Waited there for a bit. Cops eventually came along because people saw me, carrying a crossbow, even though it is... Like, if you actually look at it, even from a distance, it's obvious it is a toy.
Yeah.
Like, the officer rode up and says, like, yeah, when I was coming down the street, I saw that that's an obvious toy. But people had panicked, so the officer gave me a trash bag to put it in. I just walked home and kind of sulked for a bit because the people never showed up when they said that they would. Turns out that they actually meant a parking lot about a block away, and even though the person running the event had my number, they never bothered to call or text me. And when I had called them, both, before I had called and texted them both before the meeting was supposed to take place and after I'd gone back from talking with the cops, no response. They didn't bother to contact me asking, it's like, hey, I thought you were going to show up or anything. No, instead, hours later I get, oh yeah, we were in the other parking lot. The one further away from the woods. Yeah, that's the one that we met up at. We went to the school parking lot. Yeah, that's where we started the LARP at. So it's like, got it. And then just never talked to any of them again.
Wow.
Oh, Rune likes Alicia. For the same reason you do, actually.
Good morning.
She doesn't like lamp squid.
Yeah, what a shame. See, I think those are the two instances where I've tried LARP and both of them wound up badly. I'm sure I still have that Nerf crossbow around somewhere. I just need to find where I put it. Because that's the same crossbow that's, wait, what's Jake? That's the same crossbow that's really, really good at shooting D20s.
Uh-huh.
Twat. Where there is Jake? Could ask Alicia. Could just run up to him.
Oh.
So yeah. Oh, hey Azura, did you hear about the new hit card game that's apparently already super popular?
Hello. Good afternoon.
No.
Yeah, apparently Disney released a TCG. Lorcana. Lorcana?
What? Okay.
Yeah, Disney released a trading card game.
All
You
right.
can play as like... You can play cards that have like Disney characters on them and stuff. Alright, cool. Where do I get a wolf fang? A silver wolf. Okay, where do I find a silver wolf? Where do I find a silver wolf?
Probably wherever you find wolves.
Are they a night-only creature?
Oh.
RF2 silver wolf. Okay, oh wait, no. Right now I remember where wolves are. Can't believe I forgot what the wolf is. Woof woof. Okay, so last night I had a casual game of Commander that ended up with the other players trying to gaslight me.
Fun.
Yeah. There's one player definitively in the lead at the table, but they played a thing where no one could, like, attack them for one turn. So one of the other players was like, well, Claire, I guess I'm gonna have to swing out and kill you then, because that's what my deck does. It just swings out and kills people. It's like, what, you can't wait one turn? No, I'm just gonna kill you. Well, unless you can get rid of that thing that hexproof enchantment. Because... I mean, if you get rid of that, I won't have to attack you. It's like, I can't get rid of it. Well, if you can get rid of it, I won't have to. He said that same line, like, at least 10 times in a row. It's like, okay, and if I can't get... What if I can't get rid of it? Well, if you can get rid of it, I won't have to attack you, he keeps saying. It's like, okay, so if I don't get rid of it, you'll kill me? I didn't say I would. It's like... Do I have to go back and do I have to go back to recording all of my Magic games I play forever now because of people like that? It's like, yeah, sure, it's not necessarily breaking the rules on the server, but I feel like if you gaslight someone, like, I don't care if you're just having fun playing. If you gaslight someone, you should be banned from wherever you are.
Yeah.
Because he had specifically said that he was going to swing out and kill me because he couldn't attack the other player. And then he starts trying to gaslight me, saying, "Oh, I didn't say that." It's like, I reported it to the mods, and they talked to the people in question, because, like, it wasn't just that one player. That one player was being super annoying like that, and then while I was trying to get a straight answer out of him, another player, I don't know which one it was, because both their voices are basically the same. So, like, Claire, I'm just going to swing out at you because you're being so flippin' annoying right now. So I spent my turn, killed the player who had stated outright that he would kill me because that's what his deck does, apparently. And then he's all like, well, you're just king-making. You're making it so that other player wins. I could have done something about him. It's like, yeah, maybe you could have if you weren't being so flippin' annoying and gaslighting me. So now he's, you know, whining and complaining that I'm king-making because I went and killed him for apparently no reason. And so I scoop because I don't want to have to, you know, listen to him anymore. And then one of the other players is all like, oh, don't worry, you can just put all of your cards back where they were on the battlefield. We'll pretend that all of that didn't happen. Which is outright cheating the game. And when I pointed out that that was cheating because he was already dead, the person yelled
You're not in the game anymore, so you don't get a say. And the other person's all like, yeah, you're not really in the game anymore, so we'll just go back to how it was. So, outright cheating, which is against the rules on the server.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea where all this sudden hostility from the players came from, because everything was fine up until the point where the player in the lead, the arch enemy as it were, you know, played the card that gave them safety for one turn. They played a card to give them safety, and apparently one player took that as, I must kill someone else now. And then it's like, well, it's all well and good if, you know, someone wants to say that they want to just kill you, but if you actually kill them, well, we're not going to let that happen. We're going to just rewind time and pretend that that didn't happen. We're just going to cheat because we would rather cheat and not play an authentic game, as long as it means we don't have, as long as we're not forced to play with you. And that's not the first time that people have done that to me, and it always feels so bad when that happens. Like, yeah, we're playing a multiplayer competitive game against each other. Even though it's casual, it is still technically competitive because you are competing against each other. Like, even back at my old LGS, I still remember this incident from years ago. We were, you know, at the tail end of a long game. We'd been playing for 2, maybe 3 hours. Like, it's been a long game. One player was already out of the game. I pull off a combo and manage to, you know, win the game. And then one of the other players are like, oh no, just put your cards back. We'll just pretend that she killed herself and we can continue playing on our own. It's like, dude, the game is over. It's like, dude, the game is over. You can play a new game with just the 2 of you if you want in this 4-player format. You don't have to be such, like... Of course, this is the same person who insisted on misgendering me for years after I came out, so... No joke, like, everyone else at that... who went to that game store... no one else misgendered me on purpose. Like, yeah, they might do it once and then they get corrected and then they don't do it again. That guy kept misgendering me. I remember one particular game, he misgendered me like 6 times, like, in one turn. And I kept correcting him. And then he misgendered me again. Like, and then, like, you know, turn passes on his, like, next turn, he misgenders me again. Someone else corrects him, and then he stops using pronouns to refer to me at all. He doesn't go to saying, like, they. Whenever he wanted to mention me, he would just kind of gesture in my direction. Oh yeah, cause you know, gestures in my direction, has a combo piece on the field, right? Which, like, that's still insanely rude. And, like, that guy is actually the reason why I stopped going to Commander Night at my game store. 'Cause, like... seriously. And, like, of course, he wouldn't listen to me when I tried to tell him that he was misgendering me. But he listened to somebody else, 'cause, you know... He'd rather listen to a guy... tell him that he's wrong, then listen to me telling him that he's wrong.
Fun.
For quite a while there, because, like, the thing at the LGS is you go in, you sign up for Commander Night, the cost for entry is equivalent to the cost of buying 2 booster packs. And the winner gets 2 booster packs per player who played.
So it's usually 4-player games, so the winner would get 8 boosters. Usually they're distributed so everyone gets 2, so everyone gets what they had paid for, basically. But you also get, like, randomly assigned your pod. So you couldn't just, like, you know, sit down, find some people you wanted to play against and play against them. You had to play against the people you were assigned to play against. If you chose not to play against them, you were out the money. Just, no, out. So I'd be paired up in a pod with this guy basically all the time. Because it would only be, like, either 4 people showing up for Commander Night, or 8 people, where 4 people are brand new to the game. So I'd never be paired up with the new players, I'd be paired up with the experienced group, which always included him, because he'd always show up to Commander Night. And every single game, without fail, he would always target me first. Until something else came out that was more immediately threatening, he always targeted me first. Doesn't matter. I have a creature out that can kill his. Doesn't matter. He attacks into my creature, lets his creature die. I don't have a creature out. He attacks me because I'm open, even if everyone else is. I have, you know, a tax effect where he has to pay mana to attack me. He'll pay the mana and attack me because I'm pillow forting. You know, like, it doesn't matter. He'll just always go after me first until someone else does something more threatening. He, you know, he misses the rules and does something that's big against the rules, and I correct him. He argues about it. Whatever it is, doesn't matter if it's good or bad for him, he'll argue about the rules against me for whatever it is. Like absolute neckbeard behavior there. Yeah, that's why I stopped going to Commander Night at my game store, so at least I can, you know, play with random strangers on the internet who are a lot nicer than he was. Oh, wait, no. At least with random strangers on the internet, I can block them so I don't ever have to play with or communicate with them ever again. I think I did manage to get my revenge on the neckbeard guy, though, once. I was in at a... I don't recall if it was a draft or a pre-release event or whatever. But, you know, sanctioned game, whatever stuff.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here it is. There we go. And normally, limited games like this take, you know, quite a few turns. But I got, like, just a super aggro hand. Turn 1, creature. Turn 2, you know, like, turn 1, land, creature. Turn 2, land, creature, swing at the first one. Turn 3, land, creature that pumps my other creatures. Swing with both of them. Turn 4, land, creature to blow up his creature. Swing with my 3 other creatures. Like, I had him down, like, half his life total on my 4th turn.
Wow.
So he just immediately scooped. And I think I did that 2 games in a row. So I won a very, very fast 2-0. And I think that's the last time I ever interacted with him. Oh, the About the Future one wasn't, Alicia. Alright. Alicia's already at 9.8. Let's see if we can get her a little bit higher. Hey, Alicia.
Hi there.
Hey, the Elder Dragons. Elder Dragon Highlander. That's what I play.
Sim salabim. Sim 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 salabim.
Ooh, Stormy.
La li lula. La li lula.
Nope, still just 9.8. And Dorothy wants some help. It is kind of... Right? It is kind of curious how it goes up by, like... yeah, we get, like, you know, 6 requests in one day. Nothing for, like, a week. Then another, like, 6 requests in a day.
Interesting.
Because everyone's friendship reaches, like, the next friendliness point. Where they give us new requests. Tiny still doesn't like us much. Hey, Dorothy. What did we ask her? I think what's the name of the doll would be nicer. What's the best way to maintain health? Huh. Wake up early, go to bed early. So anyway. Lots of friends or a very close friend? Probably a very close friend, then she'll say it's us.
Yeah, we have lots of friends, I guess.
Pardon?
I don't know.
Alright. Good, Dorothy is opening up. That's good
Yay.
of her. Alright, now to take Mana's request where she wants to meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the harbor. Not today at 6 p.m. at the harbor, but she wants to meet tomorrow. What? Nah! Why can't people just be where they're supposed to be? mana.
Holy hala. Jamilala. Walla.
Alright, because mana goes to hang out in front of our house for a few hours a day. Nothing creepy or stalkerish about that, right?
Sure.
Summer and fall, watering every day is vital. Sure, we can plant these. No big deal. Do 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 do. Yeah, this is fall, right? Oh, you're fine. You're probably fine. Oh shoot, it's Monday. The bathhouse isn't even open. Well then. I guess we're already starting to wrap up the episode then. Anything else you'd like to add? So, cats with feathers instead of fur, pro or con?
No.
No.
No. I want my fuzzy kitties.
But they can still be fluffy kitties.
No feathers.
I'm surprised that you're the one who's super against it, considering I actually have a feather allergy.
I mean, I also have an allergy to birds, so...
Yeah, I was told I specifically have a partial allergy to feathers. Also, walnuts and beef. It's a good thing that none of those are major allergies, because that would have been really bad, considering how often I forget about them. But I have noticed the walnut allergy that never comes up, because I'm never in a position where I'm offered walnuts or I eat walnuts, except for, you know, very rare occasion, I guess maybe, but generally it doesn't really come up. Beef comes up all the time, because I often, you know, forget about or otherwise disregard the allergy and have beef anyway. Doesn't bother me. Feathers, though, here's an interesting thing. It used to be that basically every single morning I'd wake up with a super sore throat. Like I had to keep popsicles in the freezer because every morning / afternoon when I woke up, basically 50-50 chance that I'd need something to soothe my throat. I switched to using a pillow that doesn't have feathers in it. I have not woken up with a sore throat since. At least not while I was using the new pillow.
I see.
So, you know, maybe it's like, oh, well, the new pillow is shaped differently, so my head's at a different angle, so I don't, you know, cough or sneeze or snore in my sleep and give myself a sore throat. Or maybe it's just actually, well, it doesn't have feathers. Who knows, maybe next time I come down to visit you, I should bring along my pillow and see if it's a positional thing and see if I actually don't snore. Because different people have told me that I do snore and that I also do not snore, so...
Well, in my experience, you definitely snore.
Yeah. I come from a long family of people who snore. It's called, aggressive breathing.